coming your way. Hannah was clapping over here. Doug Kazarian is over here. SportsCenter anchor and ESPN Chalk's Doug Kazarian. That's a nice introduction there. You spent nearly a decade in Vegas covering sports and the gambling markets.
I believe survived is the appropriate verb we should use.
In Vegas, yeah. Surviving especially a decade there. Give me an understanding. What was the reaction by Vegas with the trade deadline and all the moves that the Cavs made?
As you know from being a journalist, it's anytime there is no news, that's the story. The fact that the odds makers were saying perception of these moves is greater than the reality. They're still not that enthusiastic about this Cavs squad. And for the first time since about the 2010 season, a LeBron team is not the favorite to win the Eastern Conference. As of Wednesday, Toronto, according to Westgate, was the favorite in the East. Now, the odds slightly changed. Now they're co-favorites with Cleveland. But keep in mind, as Hannah was just talking about, there's only 28 games left in the regular season. They're closer to the 9 seed, which would be out of the playoffs, than they are the 2 seed in Cleveland. So we could see them not have home court advantage even in the first round. And that's why they think it's more of a Boston or Toronto to prevail than really Cleveland.
That, to me, is the story, not so much the seas of the Cavs.
Right.
That Toronto is still there in Vegas.
The gap is closing between LeBron and LeBron. Right, 7 straight trips to the finals. But odds makers actually, in fact, in terms of winning championship, they downgraded them from 10-1 to 12-1. One odds maker said, I don't see how these moves made them any better to beat the Golden State Warriors, who are the overwhelming favorite, obviously, to win it all.
Wow. All right. The college games, and a bunch of games about to tip off in less than a half hour. As you look at the lines today, what is it telling you about today and the potential madness?
What the theme of the season is, craziness. And we're going to see top teams likely go down. Let's just look at the top 10 teams on the road. Let's start with Kansas, right? Facing a team like Baylor that's just 4-7 in conference. Kansas only laying 1.5. This is a team that has dominated the Big 12 in the last decade plus, but laying just 1.5 at a team that has a losing record in the conference. But it's something we've seen all year. Top 10 teams go down to unranked teams. How about elsewhere in the Big 12? 7th-ranked Texas Tech, tied for first place with the Jayhawks, only laying 1. It's a night game in the Little Apple, 8 p.m. It will be rocking, but only a 1-point favorite are the Red Raiders on the road. And then number 5, Xavier at Creighton, a team they beat by 22 this year. They're underdogs at Creighton. 3 losses all season for Xavier, but here they are dogs against a team that's unranked. But that's what happens over the course of the long college basketball season, as we know. And these will typically be games where they call it pros versus Joes, professional bettors versus average Joes, the public bettors, where the pros will all be on the home team here, and then the public will be betting on the ranked teams, the higher ranked teams laying a short number.
All right, we'll see how this plays out. Looking forward to it because right now this is the theme of the week, underdogs, as we saw on Sunday. Doug, thank you so much.
You got it, man. Had to sneak in the Eagles there.
I know, all about the dogs, Kevin. All right, Trae Young's road to